Back to K-Nation, we're live as I'm Colin Pitt alongside Sydney Clark. And Sydney, I got the chance to talk to second-year K-State cross country head coach Kate Bucknam about having 1 year under her belt, success in the early season, and changes she's made since taking over the program. So check out my exclusive one-on-one with Coach Bucknam. Second year with the program, how does it feel to get going? Obviously, like I said, 1 meet under, but to get going this season.
It's exciting. You know, year one versus year two is a big difference. Just being more comfortable with, you know, the team and the coaching staff and the administration and just everybody that is affiliated with this program. Year two is a lot easier. So it was a lot more exciting to come into this and really feel like we have a better grip on our athletes and, you know, just have a better understanding of them and what they're capable of. So, yeah.
Definitely, and I think that's always like overlooked. Coaches come into a program for the first time. Obviously, you have to get acquainted with everything. How was that, especially this off season after a full year, getting to know the guys and girls?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with our returners, we established that relationship, you know, throughout last year, and then it was really this summer was about getting these newcomers and freshmen acclimated and getting to know them a little bit more in depth, what their training is like, what their strengths and weaknesses are, and so that's been just a really fun process, and it's fun to finally get them here and actually do the work.
Good. I feel like every set of runners in every class has a bit of identity compared to last year's squad. Do you feel like you've seen anything particular out through, I guess, preseason, your guys' first race?
Yeah, I just think overall the energy and the vibe of this team is completely done like a 180. You know, I think that first year it's tough. You're getting to know each other. It was great last year, but this team, I think, especially with the newcomers that we have that have been really able to blend in with our upperclassmen, has been really good. And so they're just a fun squad. You know, I think, yeah, just like one way to describe it is that they just bring so much energy and a lot of great vibes to practice, and you can tell that there's a shift in this team.
You guys obviously had your first race last weekend. Great success. You had the women's team took first, the men's took third. I was reading this the women's first win since 2023. So we'll start with the women's side. How good does it feel, obviously, to get off on a hot start?
It's awesome. You know, our team motto this year, not just for our cross-country team, but for our entire track program, is to win everything. And so we really wanted to start not just our cross-country season, but the entire, you know, academic and athletic year off with a bang. And so I think, you know, we did that, and they showed up. You know, we put our best foot forward. We didn't hold back. And, yeah, it's a great way to start. Builds a lot of confidence moving forward, going into some really tougher competitions come October and November. But yeah, it builds that momentum and gets us ready for a nice training block here before our next meet.
Definitely. And you mentioned that I was reading like some of the preseason releases. You know, yeah, we scheduled some tough competition before postseason with, like, say, Notre Dame, for instance, coming up. Why was that such an emphasis, not only, you know, going to get some really good squads, but some good courses and good venues as well?
Yeah, we need to start getting that experience. You know, we need to up the competition. We need to see where we compare, and you know, for me, it's good information to have, and I want to see. I think this team, especially on the women's side, is ready to really take that next step. And you know, getting in those bigger competitions, it really mimics more so our regional meet, where there's just a lot of bodies, a lot of teams, and so. Yeah, I just think it helps prepare us in multiple ways. And again, it's just a great way to build confidence as we gear up for the postseason and see where we land in those regular season meets.
Definitely. When you have a first year under your belt, you begin to get more comfortable with the program, more comfortable with coaching. Is there anything that you've directly implemented in your first year or second year now here at the program that you really have liked, or something that you're looking to acquire, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, what we have on this staff is just a lot of great coaches, and so I think I've been able to really implement what has worked well for me in the past, but also really take in a lot of different advice from these other coaches. You know, I have a great assistant in Trey Brokaw. You know, we have a little bit of different philosophies, but we've been able to really merge those, and you know, for me, it's been a great way to kind of do some different things that we think that our athletes need, and so that's just been really helpful. And not just him, but with Coach Travis, just his philosophy. Even though he's coaching totally different events, there's so many crossovers to that, and so it's just been really fun to take what I've learned in the past. Obviously apply that, especially at this time in the season, as we're doing a lot of base training and stuff like that. But then as we get into the, more race mode, implementing some other things that I haven't done in the past either. So just using the resources around me, using the people around me. We're surrounded by, like I said, just a great coaching staff, and I'm not afraid to learn from them.